Hello everybody, Gabby Turner here. In this reading we're going to be asking, what is it that you're not seeing clearly? What is it you're not understanding? And we'll try to get greater clarity for you in the course of this reading. We have three options. On the left it's this Santa Muerte Tarot with these two little porcupines. This is the Golden Girls Tarot, and we have this feather and whatever this stone happens to be, I don't know. And then we have the Modern Witch Tarot with a little meditating soldier. So whenever you figure out which option seems to be calling out to you most strongly, just go to the timestamps in the description below and I will see you at your reading. All right, number one, people, let's look into what it is that you are not seeing or understanding clearly in your life, and we'll get some clarity for you. What is number one, not seeing or understanding clearly? Okay. So the Nine of Swords reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I feel like part of what you're seeing is that you may be going through some period where certain things in your life are closing up for you. Certain things are coming to an end. And it may just be a little bit difficult for you or stressful in that process. I don't feel like you're stressing out too much. I think you are trying to, take things in stride. You're allowing yourself to sort of take your time with things. But it's sort of like maybe you want to talk about this more, or there's something about this experience of, letting go of some aspect of your life, something coming to an ending. It's like you want to talk about it, or something about the endings that are occurring. You feel like you can't talk about them. You feel like you have to keep your mouth closed. Certain things, certain truths, you feel like you're not able to speak certain truths about this. And I feel like you're seeing that as a blockage to moving beyond it, because you want to get past this. You're like, I've accepted the fact certain things are ending, and I can see that those endings are necessary. But at the same time, I feel like it's so hard for me to figure out how to communicate to anyone, either about what you're feeling or about what's going on. And so I do feel like you do have faith that you will get past this moment in your life and that you'll be successful. But at the same time, it feels like this inability to express yourself about all of it is part of what is keeping you from completely having faith. So there's a little bit of a loss of faith here that it's like the inability to communicate makes it more of a struggle than it needs to be. Sort of like, I would be able to release what's ending more easily if I could just talk about it. So what do your guides have to say to you about that? The Two of Cups reversed, the King of Cups reversed, lots of reversals here, and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Or these reversals are about. So there's definitely something here about your intuition that may be blocked as it relates to this. I feel like even though you're not able to communicate, and part of it definitely might be about your feelings, about all of what's going on in your life. You feel like you don't have the opportunity to really connect with someone in a way that you can honestly and openly communicate your feelings to them about what's going on in your life. And I think that they're just saying like your intuition might be blocked about this. I feel like maybe intuitively there is communication happening. So I feel like it's really, your guides are just saying you're more understood than you realize. Even if you haven't been able to communicate it more directly, there may be, like an intuitive communication happening. And It could even be like if you physically wrote down, like if you just physically wrote it down, I feel like intuitively this, whatever you want to communicate, if it's to a specific person or even a group of people, just writing it down is a way to sort of initiate kind of a telepathic or an intuitive exchange of these thoughts that you want to get out there. And they will be received in some way. You know, this, whether they recognize it as telepathy or not, they will pick up on this. The message will be received. Maybe it will be something that comes to them in their dreams. I definitely feel that whatever you communicate, it will be received in a way that is real. You know, it won't just be a dream that this person dismisses, or these people, if you're trying to communicate to a large group of people, it won't be just something that they dismiss, even if they don't think of it as like psychic or whatever. They'll understand, okay, you know, like sometimes you wake up and you have a dream and you just know that the dream was trying to tell you something. Even if someone isn't really a believer in psychic stuff, I think we all kind of know when we have a certain very prominent dream or something like that, that it really does mean something. Whoever you're trying to communicate with, I feel like they also feel some sort of sorrow or regret. I feel like there's pain on both sides. So if you're, whoever it is that you're trying to communicate with, if you feel that they're not feeling the same pain, or if you're afraid that they don't still care, this person cares about you very much. The Four of Cups to me symbolizes a stable emotional experience, but it can be a little bit of an emotional rut, you know, and you can obviously see by the posture of this person, they're not very happy. But there is definitely a psychic connection. Centipedes to me as well, and there's a centipede on this card, are symbolic of having a psychic connection with someone. And I also see on this Three of Wands, so this bird is carrying this book and it says Projects of Virtue, and it's reversed. So one of the things you might feel is that your virtue isn't being seen. You might be reflecting a lot about that. You know, does this person see my worth? Do they see that I'm trying to do good things, that I'm trying to be a good person? What does Spirit have to say about that? I feel like, yes, you are very seen. You're seen as someone who's extremely capable, for one thing. I feel like whoever it is that you're wanting to communicate with and connect with, they understand maybe that there's a need right now for people, for each of you to be isolated, for there to be some level of separation. I feel like there's an understanding on both sides that there's some sort of change that's happening here that needs to happen. And it may require both of you sort of like having a sort of separation or isolation from each other. This person isn't going to burn this bridge. So if you're scared about that, I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, it does feel very much like a cocoon period where, you know, people just need to be cocooned right now in their own separate experiences so that they can go within and have this greater self-understanding and work through their own internal issues. And this is going to lead to a very positive change, you know, like a cocoon, and then emerges the butterfly or the moth or whatever it is. This person also wants you to know that they love you and they care about you very much. So that's another message that's coming through. Let's see here. I wanted to use this deck. It's the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. I haven't really used this much. I've had it for a little while. But what else do you need to know? Just to give you greater clarity. I'm just going to take these in upright. Take charge with authority. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this person sees you as very capable. And also Spirit sees you as very capable. Whatever it is that you are going through right now, these endings that you're trying to overcome, whatever it is you're trying to manifest in your life right now, you are creating it. You are definitely taking leadership of your life. You know what your intentions are, and maybe you just need a little bit of a reminder that, yeah, you've got everything that it takes. It might just be that you're going through a little bit of a moment of struggle. Yes, all of these are very affirming that you just kind of need to keep the faith and continue to remain strong. Let's see. I like these Sherlock cards because just the metaphor of it, like we're trying to figure out what we don't know. So it's a bit of a mystery, right? All right, Sherlock. What else does number 1 need to know and understand? I am lost without my Boswell. 7 of Spades. Yeah, I feel like you don't recognize that this person also feels a bit lost, although they do recognize the need for this situation to be what it is. The 7 of Swords can be about things that are just that you just don't have the ability to see, obviously, and that's what we're talking about. Let's see. I have never loved Watson, but if I did, and if the woman I loved had met such an end, I might act even as our lawless lion hunter has done. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of, mutually protective feelings between you and this other person or persons. I was thinking for some of you, it may be that you're wanting to communicate to a lot of people about how you're feeling and thinking, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of mutual interest in sort of protecting the other person. And I would say that, both of you are people who probably struggle in the area of love, like learning how to love. But this feels very loving. I feel like this is the energy of people who really care about each other and want the best for each other. And to let the brain work without sufficient material is like racing an engine. It racks itself to pieces. The sea air, sunshine, and patience, Watson, all else will come. Yeah, it feels like you're facing a lot of obstacles right now. It feels like times are really hard at the moment, but this is just, again, a reminder that this moment itself is a resource. Your brain, your mind, your thought processes need this moment to sort of reflect on everything. And, to let the brain work without sufficient material is like racing an engine. I feel like if you didn't have this time to reflect, then you wouldn't have the ability to really come to the realizations that you need to come to. It would be like letting the brain work without sufficient time, or without sufficient, solitude. It's hard to really think about things deeply if you don't have kind of quiet time or time just apart from the constant buzz and goings on. Maybe life has been more of a racing engine, and now things have slowed down so that you have that moment to really think through. Let me just get some final thoughts here from this Everyday Witch Oracle deck. Yeah. So change and progress. I mean, this is what the entire reading has been about. Look at that little cat. It's so terrified. But I feel like both of you, maybe you both have moments where you're still kind of fearful, but then it's like you strengthen each other a little bit. Maybe at one moment one of you is this little cat, but you're looking to the other one and seeing that they have hope and optimism. And I feel like maybe it goes back a little bit. Back and forth, where maybe one of you is a little bit stronger through these changes and the other one is a little bit more frightened. So I think even all of that will balance out. You don't know exactly where you're going, but you have somewhat of an idea, and it feels like even though you know that there is the potential for even more difficult situations to arise, it feels like you're also optimistic. And of course, we have all of this water. You know, there's a flood of emotion. So I feel like there's a lot of love here coming towards you, a lot of love going back and forth between you and this person. We also have seasonal harvest. So of course, this is just a reminder about divine timing. And I know that people hate to hear about divine timing, but it's true. You know, like, you know, a plant can't reach its full growth without time. Time itself is a necessary part of the process. So there's something here that cannot be harvested until it's time for it to be harvested. But I feel like in the meantime, you know, there's just this final reminder. You don't have to wait for happiness. You don't have to wait for fun and enjoyment, right? It doesn't have to all be like, you know, like quiet, monotone, solitude, think, explore my inner world. You can also explore your passions and the things that enliven you, you know, just to sort of lift your spirits and really live. You know, don't separate yourself from the act and the experience of living just because this is a moment where you feel that maybe you can't connect with and communicate with someone in quite the way that you would want. All right. So I hope that that was helpful to you. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, my number 2 people, let's see what we can get more clarity for you guys. All righty. What is it that the viewer of number 2 does not currently realize or understand? Where could they use some greater clarity? Okay, 8 of Pentacles, something related to work. Maybe work, building the life that you want. Yeah, I feel like you're excited about you have some sort of talent or hobby that I feel like you're really excited about the aspect. What does that mean? You're really excited about the prospect of pursuing some passion or talent that you have. I feel like you're really really seeing the opportunities that, wow, I could really succeed here, and I'm excited about that. Yeah, I feel like you know that, of course, you're going to have to put effort into this. It won't just come to you, but this is something you're very talented at. It's something that you've been doing, and you've built up this skill or talent over some time. And you're like, I really am excited. I feel that there's an opportunity to put this to greater use. And I also feel like you're really congratulating yourself right now that, you know what, I'm proud of myself for putting so much effort. You know, I've seen the fruits of that. I've seen my talents increase, and I want to go further with it. I feel like that's what you're seeing. So that's what's going on. So what is the lack of clarity about that? Okay. All right. So I do feel like you have this excitement, but at the same time, it feels like there's something maybe going on in another area of your life. It could be something that is causing you sadness or heartbreak here with the 3 of Swords. And so it feels like it's making this, you're excited about, like, wow, I really want to do this great thing with my life. I have this talent that I was given. I want to make good use of it. And I'm excited about what that could bring to me. But at the same time, I feel a little bit encumbered because there's something that's just kind of stressing me out and making me heartbroken. So I feel like these are 2 separate things. But because you're having this heartbreak in your life, it's like it's hard for me to kind of get the momentum maybe to put my energy into this excitement of mine, you know. I have all of this excitement. I'm optimistic. I'm proud of myself for, you know, being so talented and for being able to, like, really increase my level of talent and skill. And I want to do something with that, but I feel held back because I'm stressed out. I'm feeling a little sad about something else. It could be about a particular person who could be, you know, maybe it's someone whose emotions are very hidden to you, someone who's coming across as very logical. So what Spirit do we have to say about that? So I feel like they're saying, first of all, like, you're safe in this situation. You know, even the situation that's making you feel heartbroken, there's you're safe there. You know, maybe there's some sadness, but ultimately you are very safe. And I also feel like maybe part of your fear or what the problem is, there may be at some level you're like, well, I don't really know if this person, this King of Swords type person, if they're going to do what they need to do from their end of things to sort of alleviate this stress or this pain, this sadness. Well, your guides are reassuring you, yes, this person is perfectly capable. They might be also kind of feeling like they want to disassociate from their emotions. So probably their emotions are a bit difficult for them or overwhelming for them right now as well. But we do have them showing up here as the Emperor, and I feel like their energy is going to shift. You can see the difference of colors here. Like, these are much more like fiery colors with the Emperor card. So I feel like this person is going to get back into their sense of vitality. So this sadness, look at the difference between these two sets of cards. You know, these colors are so much more vibrant. I just feel like, you know, whatever this is happening that's bringing you heartbreak, your guides are saying, don't let this get in the way of you pursuing your dreams, because this is going to shift itself anyway, you know. So just don't allow yourself to stay in that mentality of sadness. What else do we need to know? You also are, you're an authority in your own life. What are they trying to say about that? Oh gosh, yes, you have a lot of knowledge. Whatever this talent is, I feel like you're being reminded that you know more than what you think that you know. You know that you're talented here, but maybe you're doubting, because these can both be like teacher sort of energies. You know enough about this that you could actually teach someone else. So if you're doubting whether or not your level of expertise here, yes, you do have a lot of knowledge. You have way more knowledge about this hobby, this talent, this career goal, this life purpose, whatever it is. You have, don't sell yourself short. You know more about this than what you think you do. Yeah, so you're thinking that you have an optimism that you can make something of it, but if you don't recognize how much knowledge, it's not just that you have skill, but you do really have a lot of knowledge about this as well. You have more expertise than you realize. You're getting in your own way by denying that. Anytime you engage in this negative self-talk of, well, I'm stupid, or, you know, whatever it might be, or I don't know enough about this, you're getting in your own way. You're getting in your own willpower. You're decreasing your willpower to actually act on this. And you're excited. Your soul, your spirit is so excited and optimistic. But you simultaneously, through negative self-talk, you can actually take yourself out of that excitement and optimism. Why would you want to do that? If you're excited and optimistic, you're much more likely to succeed. So this is a much better energy to stay in. What else? Your guides are really wanting you to focus again back on that optimism. Do not question the outcome. Do not question an optimistic outcome. Envision it. You know, it may not turn out exactly as what you envisioned, but envision the best possible outcome, because that's going to give you, again, it's going to get you just in touch with that willpower, that drive to actually take action and make this vision come into reality. And the vision will probably turn out even better than what you're thinking. You know, nothing ever turns out exactly the way that we envision it, right? But if we can have this very positive mindset that I'm really expecting great things here, that's exactly, you're going to have great things come out of this. So don't question it too much. Let me switch over to this Angels and Ancestors deck for a moment. What do your guides want you to know and understand? I'm just going to read these in the upright. Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. Yeah, you are trying to give birth to something wonderful. So So yes, know that you are so very loved. If you have any doubt of that, and we saw that Three of Swords before, so there probably are moments when you feel a little bit doubtful. You know, fill your heart up with this knowledge and understanding of how incredibly loved and appreciated you are. And whatever this is that you're trying to bring into the world, whatever this talent is that you're trying to make use of, you are giving birth to something that is so beautiful, and it will be a blessing to yourself and to the world. Direction Guardian, choose your path. Yes. So going back to like this vision, really, you know, just think about what the next best direction is to go in, and then commit yourself to that. You know what the next step is. I feel like you already know what the next step is. You just have to take that next step and just be committed to that. And again, we have the Sage coming up. That's a third card that has come up that shows that you are some sort of teacher. You have the ability to share your expertise with other people as well. So I just feel like, release, says release the old and reset. And we're coming into autumn right now, unless you're watching this later down the road, but we are coming into autumn right now. And I feel like this is going to be a very prominent time. This is going to be a really good time for you in terms of whatever this is that you're trying to create. Something, normally autumn is the harvest, and then things start to die away. But I feel like in this sense, the only thing that's dying away is any negative self-talk you've been having and any sort of fixation you've been having on heartbreak, which is not real, because whatever that heartbreak is, you are loved. Okay? So there's it isn't necessary to feel that way. I feel like you also have a lot of wisdom about, it's almost like you probably could be giving this reading to yourself. You could be giving this talk to yourself. You know what I mean? Like everything that I've said in this reading, you really just already know. You're a very wise person. You don't really need someone to tell you this. Maybe you came to this reading just because it's a reassurance, and it's nice to have reassurance. But everything that's being said here, you absolutely already know it. Sometimes it is just nice to get that encouragement of hearing this from another source. But all of this is already available within you. Unleash the wild within. So yeah, let all of that wisdom come forth. I'm going to use one final deck here. It's the Sherlock Holmes deck, since we're figuring out what we don't know. We're solving this mystery. What does the viewer of number 2 need to know? Perhaps when a man has special knowledge and special powers like my own, and so many confirmations, you do have expertise, you do have special knowledge and special powers. Perhaps when a man has special knowledge and special powers like my own, it rather encourages him to seek a complex explanation when a simpler one is at hand. Yeah, and this is the Queen of Pentacles too. So I feel like, there's a lot of abundance coming to you, and you just have to acknowledge this isn't as complicated as it seems. You may be in certain moments kind of making out to be so more complicated, and it's in those moments that you doubt your own expertise. You doubt, do I really know as much about this as I think I do? Yes, you do. And but also don't make it so complex. Whatever this next step is that you need to take, it's a simple step. I feel that you already know what this step is. You just have to take it. Mr. Sherlock Holmes was usually very late in the mornings, save upon those not infrequent occasions when he was up all night. Oh, and this is the Eight of Pentacles again, which is that first card that we got. So you also might feel like, well, maybe you're having some negative talk of like, well, I've procrastinated too much on fulfilling this dream or taking this next step. But look, even Sherlock Holmes, I mean, the most famous fictional detective in the world, even him was usually very late in the mornings, save upon those not infrequent occasions when he was up all night. Like maybe your pattern is just different from other people's. You know, like maybe you just have a different way of scheduling your life. But look, I mean, if Sherlock Holmes could just be who he was and live his life in the way, showing up late in the mornings, staying up all night or whatever, you know, like if that worked for him, then whatever your approach to this is will work for you. There's not just one right or wrong way to do this. You know, this is a card of work. You know, he may have been late in the mornings, he may have stayed up all night, but obviously he's still got a lot of work done. So, you know, your approach to productivity is unique to you. So you don't have to be like anybody else in order to accomplish your goals. And then we have the 5 of clubs, which is like the 5 of wands. Education never ends, Watson. It is a series of lessons with the greatest for the last. Wow, so much here on education and knowledge. And yes, you have a lot of expertise here. And it's also a reminder that it's also exciting to know that there's always more to learn. And one of the best ways, of course, to learn is through experience. And right now you need to learn through the experience of taking whatever this next step is. So do that, and then let me know in the comments when you have done so. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, welcome to everybody who chose reading number 3. Let's see what it is that you're not seeing, and we'll get you some clarity here. I haven't commented on the objects so far and what they might mean, but for some reason I am feeling drawn to do that for you guys with the meditating soldier. I feel like you guys are, maybe you're feeling some level of like spiritual warfare, or definitely you're facing some obstacles where you really have to be very strong. And it is a sense of maybe fighting for what you feel is right, or fighting for what you need to do in life. But let's see, what does Spirit need you to know more about? Okay, something about your emotions. Okay, I feel like, so this is what I'm getting first. I feel like you're having an emotional experience right now, which is actually very gratifying. It's very healing. You're feeling very in touch with your heart center. But the thing is, I feel like you're a little bit afraid of this emotional happiness. It's rewarding, but you're a little bit afraid of it too, because maybe you're sensing that there are people who are not happy for you to be happy. And that's stressing you out. Like, why are these people coming at me? I'm just trying to have my happiness over here. And I feel like that it's stressing you out that someone might be coming at you just because you've achieved some greater level of emotional fulfillment. But I feel like, you know, there might be some petty stuff going on, but I feel like there might also be a situation where you feel like someone is attacking you, or maybe having some sort of anger or antagonism towards you, and actually they're not. I feel like this person is trying to be fair towards you. They're trying to be balanced. So I feel like we have 2 different things going on. Let me see. Yeah, I feel like some of these people are just trying to fulfill their own lives. It might come across sometimes as they're maybe attacking or unhappy about the fact that you are finding happiness. But I think there might be a level of you also reading into things too much, seeing things there that are not there. And maybe that has something to do with the meditating soldier as well. You have your guard up. You feel like you have to protect yourself. You have to have, you have to be armed against what you see as attacks, or like personal attacks or something like that. But, maybe you should be meditating instead. Maybe it would be better to like detach from what it seems like other people are saying or doing towards you, and just allow yourself to experience those nice emotions. You know, maybe you're the one that is attacking yourself, right? If you really thought about it, you could just be focusing on this. You could just be experiencing this. You don't have to be in this defensive posture. So this is a choice that you're making to put yourself in that mentality of defensiveness. It isn't anything that anyone else is necessarily trying to put you in. I can already imagine that some of you are like, no, I'm pretty sure there's some people out to get me. So what is that? If there are, you know, like let's say that there are some people out to get you. What's the greatest truth you need to know about that? We have the sun and it wanted to be reversed. So again, just acknowledge we're all here just trying to find our happiness, right? So this person may, if someone is like this, essentially what's going on is there might be a wounding to their inner child. This might be also someone who has a difficulty finding their own happiness, but that's what they're trying to do. This person isn't necessarily trying to attack your happiness. They are trying to seek their own happiness. Is someone trying to be hurtful to you? I feel like somebody may not quite see your perspective on things. There's definitely, I feel like your approach to life might be very different from someone who you see as attacking you, but it's just more like they have a different approach to life. Anything else you need to know about that? Well, one of the things I'm seeing here is I feel like there is a little bit of, there's a challenge here for you, because I feel like on the one hand, you're very attracted to the idea of having safety. And this could be like material, financial safety, or just in general, like just feeling safe, feeling comfortable, you know, especially if you felt attacked lately or defensive. You're like, I don't want to be in that energy. I want to feel safe. But at the same time, I want freedom. I feel like you're very attracted here with the devil energy to both of these qualities, but maybe it's difficult for you to integrate a feeling of, I want to feel safe, but I also want to have freedom. Freedom to do what I want with my life, freedom to express myself openly without fearing that someone is going to attack me or respond with their own defensiveness or hostility. I feel like really what it is, there's someone here who you're afraid maybe that they're attacking you. You want a comfortable experience with this person. So there might be some people that you don't really like that you feel are attacking you, and we already addressed that these are just people who have their own inner child wounds. They maybe just don't view the world quite the same way that you do, stuff like that. But it isn't necessarily that they are trying to attack you, right? But I feel like on the other end, maybe there's someone who you do like this person and you want like a comfortable experience with them, but you feel like you have to either choose, like either I have a comfortable experience with you, or I live my life openly and honestly, communicate my actual thoughts and feelings. It's like you're afraid to rock the boat because you feel like you'll lose this comfort and security that you have with this person. You don't want to lose that because you care about them, but you also don't want to lose your ability to just open up and say exactly what you think and feel about things. So I feel like for one thing, that struggle is sort of shared. You and this person both kind of share that struggle. You feel similarly. So maybe they also feel a little bit blocked, like they don't want to rock the boat with you because they like you. They also want this safe and comfortable experience with you. But they want to be able to openly speak their mind. And yeah, and there might also be just a feeling of, there are definitely other people involved as well. Like this, maybe both of you, there's just a lot of uncomfortableness right now with emotions where people just don't feel like they can really openly communicate all of their feelings. They might care about you, but maybe they care about other people as well. Maybe you're the same way. You're like, I care about you, but there are other people I care about also. And there's just a lot here about not wanting to upset the emotional balance here. So what can the viewer of 3 do about this? I mean, how can they make this feel better? How can they have a better experience here? So just communicate openly. Just openly express yourself. There's no malice in whatever you're trying to communicate. There's absolutely no malice here. So there's no reason to have yourself feeling so burdened. You know, you're just trying to be candid. There's nothing wrong with that. And there is a very friendly energy. I think that overall it will be perceived that way. Yes, this is very direct. It's fiery energy. When fiery people communicate themselves, you know, the fire is felt, all of it. But I feel like you're not going to be viewed as someone who is trying to be dominating or rude. Actually, I feel like you're coming across as very friendly, even when you are openly and honestly communicating yourself. So don't burden yourself with this fear. Yeah, just what I said. Don't burden yourself with the fear. The fear is a limitation in your mind. This isn't a reality. This person doesn't perceive you as attacking them. They also fear, though, that you perceive them that way. So it's very much a mirroring thing that's happening. Any final thoughts here about this? I feel like you do care about this person, and you hope that this person, that you continue to have some sort of bond with them. You know, this person really matters to you. Again, there's this feeling of like, I don't really exactly know what the future holds with this person, but I continue to want things to feel kind of safe and comfortable. I don't want to lose that. But there's a fear of losing it just because the future is unknown. Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Yeah, so again, I feel like both of you, you're afraid that the other person will take you the wrong way and not understand that the healing and loving intentions of what you're expressing. But I feel like you can let go of that and be you can see where they're coming from when they communicate openly and honestly, and I feel like you can see that that's coming from their heart. Just try to trust more that they see that in you as well. We have so much green here. Lots of heart chakra. We have this 1 pentacle mirrored here. Both of you have sort of a wisdom of knowing that this is secure. There, even though your fears make you doubt it at times, there is a sense that whatever is going on with you and this person, there is safety here. You keep having these fears popping up because you don't want to lose that safety, but both of you are interested in securing this safety and comfort with each other. Neither of you wants to upset the other person. So just understand that. And maybe send them loving, healing energy as well, so that in an energetic way they can also understand more fully that you're not taking their words in any kind of negative way. You understand the intention of their words and that they're trying to be open and honest, and that you appreciate that openness and honesty. So I do feel like you guys are going to come to a greater understanding. I do feel as well like there is definitely a purpose for you entering each other's lives. You are meant to have a positive impact on each other. You might have some sort of shared mission, or at the very least, you're helping to inspire each other to create something in the world that is good. Let's get these final messages. I'm using the Sherlock Holmes cards since we're trying to uncover things that we don't know. You can help us to solve this mystery. So we have the 3 of Spades. It is only goodness which gives extras. And so I say again that we have much to hope from the flowers. Yeah, there's only goodness. This is the Three of Spades, which is like the Three of Swords. Again, there's a feeling of heartbreak, or the potential, like I don't want this person to be mad at me. I don't want, you know, a fear of heartbreak, but there's only goodness here. It is only goodness, which gives extras. So there's a lot of goodness here. It's not just a little bit. That both of you really care about each other. Again, just all of this beautiful emerald green heart chakra energy. Even your little meditating soldier is green. So, all right, King of Cups. I am not the law, but I represent justice so far as my feeble powers go. Yeah, I think you and this person both really just want the right thing. You want the just outcome. So you do have a very shared interest in that. Your beliefs may not always be exactly the same, but I feel like you both really still appreciate each other's perspective. So there isn't any antagonism, but you're scared of that because the perspectives might be slightly different at times. But I also feel like you both really balance each other out. And again, you know, there's just a lot of love here. I feel like there's a lot of love. You both care about and want the best for each other. All right. And then we have the Three of Clubs. Mediocrity knows nothing higher than itself, but talent instantly recognizes genius. Yeah, I feel like you both really recognize talent and genius in each other. The reason that you care so much about what the other person thinks is because you are not mediocre people. You both are the types of people who are always striving to be better. So don't get upset with yourself about the fact that you're concerned or that you're allowing yourself to feel anxious. I mean, you don't want to stay in that feeling of anxiousness, but don't think that you're anyway, I think this is trying to help you to understand why you feel that way. You feel concerned about making this person upset at you because you understand this person has a lot of valuable insights and knowledge, and it's because you have admiration for them. You hold them in high regard, and so ultimately you just are hoping that they hold you in high regard as well, which absolutely it is mutual. You know, you both feel that way about each other. So guys, I hope that this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.